What's weird about the camera situation too is it's like I just opened up. So I have an Elgato face cam. It's a little bit old, but it, I mean, other than the problems I'm having, generally works, right? Uh, but I open up the Elgato camera hub, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna actually load instead of just like timing out like usually happens when the camera craps out. And instead it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna load and you're gonna have 0 FPS. And it's just gonna be a blank screen. Like, the lights on. I don't know what in the world would be the problem. I mean, maybe the camera's just dead. I don't know. I will have to play with it. I'm gonna have to dedicate some time off stream to like actually figuring out what's going on with it. Oh, okay, I see why it switched. Hit W, just the swap weapon. Okay. So what do we got? Far Oasis and Maggot there is currently tab is not inventory. Why was I thinking tab is inventory? Like right on cue. Right on cue. Begins. I'm not disappointed. Change of scenery does you some good sometimes, you know? Look, equipment. Also, there's Beetle Burst. Beetle Burst is terrorized. Although I don't remember actually. Oh, yeah, there he is. This is my impression of WG right now. Stream just starts up, game starts playing. Wow, you're not doing the optimal thing. You should be doing nothing but the optimal play, and that is it. You're having fun, wasting time? I can't believe it. And yes, if you behave like that, you will get mocked. Are terror zones on normal? If you're going for optimal play, worth it? Probably not, especially because I can't buy... I mean, if I don't get, Ah, shit, I didn't clear that. Potions dropping. I have to go all the way to Act 5 to buy stuff, so I do usually, like, prefer to terror zone, starting with Nightmare. But I don't feel like looking at the same shit for an hour, hour and a half, or even 20 minutes, if that's all it takes to get the level I want before going to Nightmare. So, I'm doing the terror zones. That simple. Yeah, I'm actually not sure on that, but to me, the more annoying part is, having to buy the potions from Act 5. Because the town's stores don't change, right? I mean, that's what's kind of annoying with doing cows in normal as well, is that you have to jump all the way to Act 5 in order to, buy, like, super potions. Thank you for my finally. Although I probably should have just run instead of teleporting, because I am just trying to clear the area, but that's alright. Like a redo if you don't get good value. Actually, wait, no, you can't buy super anyway. You can only buy greater until hell difficulty. How's this place Terror Zone? I don't think I've ever actually run it.
I can't.
Oh, no more gonna walk. There was one more. I was like, no more gonna run through my firewall that I just set up. Rolls. Nothing. That's the stairs down. Are they keeping the terror zones only last a half hour in the next patch? That was on the PTR, or was that just for like the PTR for testing purposes? That is the other thing with running terror zones, is like, I just kind of have to give what the game gives me. Because when I can play is limited, right? It's not like I can just be like, oh shit, you know, Chaos Sanctuary is 30 minutes is already thing. Okay. Pick all the urns. There's often enough that ring about which zone is tries to smooth, but that might be... Well, that's P8, and then also I think that would only be hell difficulty. I don't think shards are going to be dropping on, like, normal terror zones. This Sorceress I've so far only played on P1. I don't believe I've modified the player's count at any point, unless I did and just don't remember. I'm pretty sure this Sorceress has been all players 1 so far. Comparisons in general are probably better if you use /players it. Check out this hallway here.
I can't.
That's my firewall there. I am clicking this door. My character had to move in order to be able to open the door first. Alright. Oh, move first in order to be able to open the door. Yeah, that's especially bad, Mirage, if you're playing hardcore. Which we aren't, but I thought that said super burnt wand. It says superior.
I can't. I am overburdened. Impossible. I can't. Impossible. I am overburdened.
This is actually a really small level too, I just realized. Whereas level 2 usually like this small, and I just don't really notice that ever. Okay, like Countess and Durus, it's... I feel like even in normal, when you don't know where to go in the maggot lair, it feels like it goes on forever. But I think part of that is also because when you first get here, you're not killing things very quickly, usually. And so it just feels like it takes longer to get through. I didn't even realize I had... Okay.
I can't.
At least everything is in a line for my frozen orb to just smash. Long ass firewall.
I can't carry anymore. Impossible. I can't.
going to destroy that egg because I think it was just on the other side of the door.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Sure.
I can't. I can't.
Got stuck there for a second. I'm not there. Oh, I still got hit with the poison, I guess. Kara, or not a Kara, Atma.
Hello.
Thank you. We cleared all of the lair. Can't make that though. Stop it. No, yeah, I did all of this. The only thing like, well, not maybe not the only thing. One of the things that does suck about being terror zones is you just get the terror zone music instead of like the normal act music for the area. Because the Act 2, it's pretty nice. And I would not mind hearing it. I can check. We're using Malice right now. Trident. I've been trying to keep an eye out for like a higher grade. Not ethereal, it's just one socket.
I'll put that to good use.
Weapon to like make into a new Malice for a Merc or something, but
Impossible.
I don't think. Oh, I think I ended up selling it. It was the drop from Bale. Oh yeah, another thing with normal. To get sell prices, you have to go to Act 5 all the time.
Greetings.
Can I help you?
Defense.
Good evening.
Yeah, I think wait, I do have this Riser time on hand, but I mean, Alice has been working pretty nicely for us with the open wounds, the prevent monster heal, but slowing down the opponent is, or like an act boss is really nice. So it's a nice option to have available.
I can't carry anymore.
First, one of those things just like disappear, like not even like explode and melt, which is probably what actually happened, but like it just disappeared.
I am overburdened.
They're mad I'm breaking them, throwing firebolts at me all the time, right? I'll up my fire resist. Which are the firebolt traps. My fire resist shrunk. Then I will summon Pot of Greed, which will let me draw 2 additional cards.
I am overburdened.
But that egg hatched. Base. Okay, there's the message. I was like waiting to see about the air zone slowing down. Nope. It's everybody.
I can't. I am overburdened.
Space in there.
Impossible. Not enough mana.
Things are freaking tough, man. There was a website that I think listed what the next tear zone was gonna be, because they like happen in a pattern. I don't think that it's fully random or something like that, because it has to be the same for everybody. Yeah, we've got Act 5, and then it's back to Lost City. And then at 11 is Durance of Hate, and that's probably what I'll be winding down, is when the awesome air zone happens. But we'll probably be moving on tonight, or before that even, so hopefully.
Impossible. Impossible.
The juiced fire tower. Dagger. Sometimes I feel a little bit sad playing the Sorceress. I feel like I'm neglecting Firewall right now.
Good afternoon.
Good day.
Maybe
The
I'll say
destruction of the
Quokka.
world stone does not bode well for our world, but I'll try not to worry. After all, we have warriors like you fighting for us and for the light. Farewell.
Right. Time to hop into Nightmare.
Good day. Greetings, stranger. I'm not surprised to see your kind here. Many adventurers have traveled this way since the recent troubles began. No doubt you've heard about the tragedy that befell the town of Tristram. Some say that Diablo, the Lord of Terror, walks the world again. I don't know if I believe that, but a dark wanderer did travel this route a few weeks ago. He was headed east to the mountain pass guarded by the rogue monastery. Maybe it's nothing, but evil seems to have trailed in his wake. You see, shortly after the wanderer went through, the monastery's gates to the pass were closed, and strange creatures began ravaging the countryside. Until it's safer outside the camp and the gates are reopened, I'll remain here with my caravan. I hope to leave for Lutke Lane before the shadow that fell over Tristram consumes us all. If you're still alive, then I'll take you along.
The time seemed quite long.
You should talk to Akara, too. She seems to be the leader of this camp. Maybe she can tell you more.
I don't remember. My motherboard is a little bit old, so it might not. But I think it. Windows, that is not a virus. Now that. Stop hang up. So I use Open Hardware Monitor, which is a free app. It's a bit older now. But I use it to check things on the computer, like temps, loads, or like what a part frickin' is. For some reason, one of the files that it uses, I think to get some of the temperatures, Open Hardware Monitor lib.sys gets detected as a vulnerable driver. It says this program is dangerous and executes commands from an attacker. It's open hardware. Doesn't do. Anyway. I wanted to pull up the name of. It has PCIe 4.0 slots. Lightning Gen 5 X4 M2. Oh, that's the M2. That's the line. I just posted in the... It's Windows Defender saying it's dangerous, so it's just one of those things where Windows Defender is being hyper vigilant. But yeah, if you want to know the motherboard I have, this is it here. The MSI Pro X670p Wi-Fi.
Welcome, Outlander, to our glorious hovel. I know you're here to challenge the evil that's driven us from our ancestral home. But know this, Akara may be our spiritual leader, but I command the rogues in battle. It will take more than just killing a few beasts in the wilderness to earn my trust.
Now there's like a whole bunch of like really exciting games I think coming out. Well, there are several I think new games coming out that are looking pretty cool, but one that I'm really excited for. I don't know if we'll check it out right away when it hits early access. Is Paralives, and then there's also Subnautica 2 is supposed to hit early access. So I don't know exactly when we'll check those games out, but those are things I want to check out on stream. And Paralives might just become an off-stream game for me or whatever, but like I'm excited for it because there really has not been like any actual competition for Sims games in terms of like life simulators. So I'm pretty excited for there to actually be like a decent competitor, especially with what EA has done with The Sims 4.
Greetings, young sorceress. It is good to see more of your kind at work in the world these dark days. In my opinion, the world needs more women to fight against the Great Shadow. But I'm forgetting my manners. I am Akara, High Priestess of the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye. I welcome you, traveler, to our camp, but I'm afraid I can offer you but poor shelter within these rickety walls. You see, our ancient sisterhood has fallen under a strange curse. The mighty citadel, from which we have guarded the gates to the east for generations, has been corrupted by the evil demoness Andariel. I still can't believe it. She turned many of our sister rogues against us and drove us from our ancestral home. Now the last defenders of the sisterhood are either dead or scattered throughout the wilderness. I implore you, stranger, please help us. Find a way to lift this
Metrop.
terrible curse, and we will pledge our loyalty to you for all time.
Metropolis 1998. How about SimTown? SimTown, you play SimCity and The Sims at the same time.
Wilderness. Kasha's rogue scouts have informed me that a cave nearby is filled with shadowy creatures and horrors from beyond the grave. I fear that these creatures are massing for an attack against our encampment. If you are sincere about helping us, find the dark labyrinth and destroy the foul beasts. May the Great Eye watch over you. Yes?
It's outside of the rogues camp.
Hi there. I'm Charcy, the blacksmith here in camp. It's good to see some.
And
strong
SimTown was a
adventurers
fun
around
game.
here.
I should get that installed on one of the VMs I have and play it at some point.
Diablo when he
Or see if like GOG has it.
They
Just
came
ready to
after us
go.
True veterans bearing some really powerful items. Seems like their victory was short-lived though. Most of them are now corrupted by Andariel.
I think like one of the houses you could put down was a fucking boot in SimTown. Which is a reference, I think, to the like, what is it? Not fairy. Is it a fairy tale or like little story about? I think it was like an old woman that lived in a boot or something.
Good to
And
see you.
I like very, very vaguely remember that. No gloves or boots. I mean, that is a choice you can make, Charcy. But that is a choice. I never really paid attention to the haircut Charcy has. It's basically just like a ponytail, but I never really paid attention to that before.
To you, partner. I'm Geed, and I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken camp. A spare weapon, some gold, a small gem is all I want in exchange for the equipment you'll need on whatever quest you might undertake. Nah, don't be shy. All of my items are guaranteed for life and come with a 2-day warranty.
just have fun and do what you want to do. I mean, no gloves or shields here either. Holy shit. Apparently, man, the rogues are just...
Yes?
They believe in naked feet and naked hands. Actually, do want to buy some mana potions real quick. Oh wait, did I? No, I did take this out. Pretty cool. Is it this way?
Evil beware.
I need mana.
This place is trouble.
Sure. Money. I mean, only one skin. A jewel. A jewel.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Alright.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
I don't think broadswords. So I want like either a longsword or a crystal sword. I guess it could be there are other swords that
can't
can
carry
be
anymore.
4-socket too. But, like as I go further along. One monster left. There's the last monster. Oh, there it is. Cute little gargantuan beast. You got this. See, you got this.
This cave has been purged of evil.
Yeah, the longsword is not the ideal for it.
You have cleansed the den of evil. You've earned my trust. You will yet restore my faith in humanity.
Yeah, the war sword is too tiny. It's only 3 tiles big. It's a 3x1er.
My rogue scouts have just reported an abomination in the monastery graveyard. Apparently, Andariel is not content to take only our living. Bloodraven, one of our finest captains in the battle against Diablo at Tristram, was also one of the first to be corrupted by Andariel. Now you'll find her in the monastery graveyard, raising our dead as zombies. We cannot abide this defilement. If you are truly our ally, you will help us destroy her.
The Order welcomes you.
So we're keeping that. Are there any staff root words that are worth making that are 3 sockets? Zambies. I don't think there are. You know what I haven't done? I've been keeping our... Update our... But just so I can see what is immediately available to us. 6 of these guys now. I know that. So we got 5 now. 7. Wow, so we got 11. An artifact. Shale. Just realized I can sort this by item type. But apparently staves? Wait. Full arm spear, hand to hand. Axe, sword, knife, hammer, club, scepter, mace, wand, armor, helm. But they've updated this because now it's just like original 1.10, 1.11, 2.4 pattern. Yeah, the D2 Rune Wizard. This is the site that I use to track my runes. D2runewizard.com/rune word calculator. It's pretty nice. Before the nice stackable runes here, you could take a screenshot of your stash tab, and it would pick out the runes. It would identify from the screenshot the runes that you had, which was pretty neat feature. Not so much needed now that this runes tab exists, unless you're playing a version that doesn't have that. It's your route. We can make. Leave. So why a staff? not listed. Like, hold on, this is from the site. Give me a second to pull this up. See if I can do this without screwing everything up. Window capture. I want to capture that. And make it visible. Okay. So this is what I'm looking at on the site. For filterable. Oops. Bring off stream on there real quick. So you can filter by item type. Right, there we go. Full arm, spear, hand to hand, axe, sword, knife, hammer, club, scepter, mace, wand, armor, helm, arc shields, any shield, weapon, melee weapon, missile weapon. Where's staves? Cause leaf listed here. But it's specifically called out staff here for leaf, so like leaf is a staff only rune word, right? It's just a weird little quirk with the site, I guess. I don't know. Kind of weird. And yes, I have 3 moths stream up on the side here. But anyway, we want to save that. I guess we just sell that. Because it doesn't seem like there's really any use to the 3 open socket staff. We will probably switch to an orb eventually. But for now, I'll find one worth switching to. Especially since we're mainly going cold right now. That'd be kind of nice to switch. Only 2, 4, 6. And we've kind of lost its charm long ago. Yeah, we just haven't got anything good for replacing it yet. Magic Fine gloves. But I like my lightning resist. Fire resist off of that. 59 health, but it's only a light belt. That sucks. But it's just a light belt.
Good evening.
But yeah, there's probably other stuff that you can make that's like not staff exclusive. Lightning resist, but still just a light belt. Also kind of just briefly checking for like sockets in case I could make anything interesting for the mercenary when I shop. Oh, we kind of have our weapon, I think. Or a version of the weapon once we get the runes. Okay.
Good evening.
I mean to talk to. Alright, let's go into Blood Raven. You don't have the waypoint. I mean, what if you just want to spend your runes on a call to arms staff? Maybe that's somebody's thing. I don't know. Like that Dark Souls dude that's like, let me solo her or whatever, right? But instead of that, it's like the D2, like, let me staff CTA you.
I am overburdened.
I don't know. I've not used that filter, that item filter thing before. I just noticed it was there. So generally I just use it to see what rune words are available for me to make right now. And the nice thing about the site, which,
Beyond lies mortal.
like I said, is not as big of a thing for it nowadays with the stash updates, but you could take a screenshot of a stash tab and it would count the runes for you, which was pretty nice. That was actually probably its biggest selling point to me.
I can't carry anymore.
Back in the day.
I can't carry anymore.
Imagine you're just in a burnt down building that's still on fire and ice just comes barreling through, but all it does is cut through you and kill your friends and doesn't put the fire out. It's just ethereal. Oh no, that is 2 seconds and ethereal.
I am overburdened.
Strago was trying to kill Ren. Maybe. He was just trying to get some blue magic from the shit that was spawning in the burning down house. He's like, don't worry, I'll save you. Right after I learn something from these guys. I mean, for shits and giggles, that could be a new stealth.
Impossible.
Might do that just to change up our look. It's not like we're hurting for Tals and Eths. Yeah, let's go this way. Let's do the cave. Why not? That probably would have been a lot more bullshitty in low difficulty.
I am overburdened.
Oh, it's still alive. Oh, Night Aura archers. Nice. And they're dead. Also nice.
Impossible.
Let's see. Ooh, have plus abilities. want the rejuve potion. I don't have any abilities. Frickin' debated ghost staff.
I am overburdened.
Past that. I think I hit Z instead of A on accident. I'm just enjoying Mercenary freaking out. That was Turtle Wow closing down. Or like being forced to close down. Abilities. That's here.
Impossible.
Make me go to town. Alright, we'll go to town.
Hello.
You didn't even have any abilities. I could have ID'd you and dropped you.
Good day.
Bitcoin being sold. Only 9% fire resist. Ugh. Faithful hard leather armor.
Hello.
20 faster run more. $26 magic fine. That's the good affixes will have a weird color. Yeah, very true. I think this is actually a different colored, yeah, this one has a different color, Chain Beats of Luck. So we could get, do we want Magic Find or do we want to move a little faster? Because I'm not particularly smitten by the boots that we have right now. So I could be happy to replace those with either the Magic Find. Yeah, this, So that Charcy. Oh, this one is, yeah, it has 21 lightning resist with only 10 faster run walk. So less faster run walk. It still has a little bit of it plus the resists. Or we get 26 magic find. Probably the lightning resist is good because lightning can really hurt. Although we are kind of lacking on fire. But we could always just buy these boots for now. And like end up ultimately using something different in the long run. Like still shop for stuff. It was only like 5,000. I have the runes for Ancient's Pledge, but I don't have a shield. I don't think I can make... Yeah, I can't make lore yet. But I do have some helmets lined up for it. I do kind of want to make this into a stealth. Just to change up our look. With the light plate, because the light plate look is pretty damn cool. But I like, realistically though, the 91 armor is not going to make a big difference for us. 77% chance versus an 81% chance. Probably better to just save that for a different 2. I mean, the Merc doesn't have... I know, the Merc does have a Talith, but it's on a lower quality armor. So, eh. The Merc's hat. Just a crappy, rare helmet. Oh, my current hat is Nadir. As it gives +2 mana after each kill. What are those? Sorry, I don't have the optimized route endgame gear coming into Nightmare here. But yeah, we haven't really got much in terms of drops for like hats. I mean, we've been looking at Charcy, although I haven't really glanced very hard at the hats, but... Felt like surprising him. We're gonna check out that partisan in a second.
I can't use that yet.
Can't use it yet. Alright, well that's better than the scythe. I also didn't buy mana potions before coming back down. Maybe it'll be alright. I mean, the thing is, too, though, he can't use the partisan just yet. Although I can't really control that much beyond, like, just leveling them up. And by extension, leveling myself up. useless. Like, I'm just gonna freaking let the zombies wail on me till I almost die.
Impossible.
Oh. I think the round shield is going to sell for more just by virtue of being a exceptional weapon. Well, item, I guess. It's not. I mean, it can be a weapon. In the right hands. You saw a good war hat. Could be a base for something, maybe. Yeah, but I don't remember the armor on all of them. What if I want to look like a pauper with my war hat on? That looks like a cap. And it had, I think, a skull cap, a crown, and one other thing.
I need mine.
There, Starboy. It is Reign of the Warlock. They don't have a separate category as far as I know for Twitch between the two.
There is dark magic.
Wrath of the Warlock from Wrath of the Lich King. It's Watpool. That'd be Watpool. The SU. What do I even have on E?
Carry anymore.
Some more story oh, with the expansion. I mean, I'm kind of happy. Like, the thing is, because they've kind of continued with like Diablo 3 and Diablo 4, there really isn't a whole lot of wiggle room for them to means Ring of Truth when to like add story. But I like the QOL that they added, and the new class is pretty fun.
I believe that you've defeated Bloodraven.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of playing. Like, I've tried to play D3 2 separate times, and I just get bored every time and stop playing very quickly.
And the allegiance of the rogues. I have placed several of my best warriors at your disposal.
I mean, I've never played D4 either, partly because D3 kind of put such a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know, like, I think part of the problem is that, like, you're locked. Like, the personalized item drops kind of turned me off a little bit with D3, and when I revisited it more recently with, like, the latest expansion and everything, I just never felt in danger going through normal difficulty. And like I got to like somewhere in Act 2 before I was just bored. That's kind of the problem. Yeah, elite explosions everywhere. I don't even get to the point where explosions are the problem for me. It's just like I don't even get that far.
It is clear that we are facing an evil difficult to comprehend, let alone combat. There is only one Haradrim sage, schooled in the most arcane history and lore, who could advise us. His name is Deckard Cain. You must go to Tristram and find him, my friend. I pray that he still lives.
I don't think 11 energy is worth dropping faster cast rate. I mean, maybe if I were like really paying attention to breakpoints, it might be like okay until I could like hit a next breakpoint or something. But we have a mask and a crown. The crown is close in defense. But the warhead is just slightly better.
Good to see you.
Good evening.
Much like strength and no. It's nearly hard pointed. Our base is 51, so we're getting 11 off of like charms, I think, or maybe some gear. Less interested in boots, but there is room for improvement there. Pretty much just crappy stuff. Plus one of the martial arts. All right. I gotta buy it.
An order welcomes you.
Then I think I'm gonna call it a night here. So that means next time we hop into D2R, we're gonna be just pressing through more of Act 1. Save Cain, do our first Countess, and then we'll probably do the same thing that we were doing in normal and just do a Countess run before starting each quest. Is more than likely how we'll do it, so we just get the things that we need for stuff organically through that. But yeah, that was one thing you didn't like about WoW. Like, oh, this level 35 blue weapon you found is totally outclassed by this level 40 green. Yeah, like, one of the things with WoW, it's like, you can get some, like, neat items from, like, dungeons and stuff like that if you run them a few times. But a lot of the early game stuff in MMOs, you end up, like, if you do it once on a character, and that's it. So it's like, well, if the cool item drops or not, and then if you roll and get it or not, like, because it's in a group area, you're less likely to repeat it to try and get the cool stuff. And you're more likely to, like, gather all of the quests for a dungeon before even entering the dungeon. So it's not like you're going to be running it multiple times. Although I have done multiple runs on dungeons before just for the shits and giggles of it. It could be kind of fun. If you're just doing it for fun, it can be fun to play that way, but level 60, it's like, why should I care? Oh, was that the gold stuff that levels with you? Is that the was that heirloom stuff? Okay. And then you can just turn your brain off. Sometimes it is fun to be able to just turn your brain off too, with those types of things. But there are certain aspects of World of Warcraft's itemization that I like, and then there are some aspects that I dislike. Like, one of the things that I think is kind of hard to capture is, like, Diablo 2 doesn't even capture it as well. Diablo 1, sometimes even finding a non-magical item can just be an upgrade to what you're using. Or even buying, like, a basic item from Griswold's shop could potentially be an upgrade if the game just has not dropped a gear for you. But it feels like things like WoW, you almost never buy vendor stuff. In Diablo 2, you only really look for very specific things if you're playing more optimized. Yeah, that's magic though. I'm talking about, like, even sometimes, like, he'll just sell a bastard sword when you're just still using, like, a falchion with, like, +2 strength or +2 dex, because, like, that's all that's freaking dropped for you, right? And so then suddenly you find Griswold selling a bastard sword, and you're like, yes, DPS upgrade. You generally don't get that kind of thing from WoW. I think the reason why you don't really get that as much from WoW is because of the quest rewards. You're almost always using a quest reward until it's like you get something from a dungeon drop or something, or you happen upon a random drop that's decent from a mob, right? Whereas you're not, like, buying something from a vendor or something that you've crafted yourself. So like, vendors selling weapons and even armor feel very underutilized in WoW. That's why I sometimes like to just buy shit from them and use it, because it's like, it's there. A multi-stage quest reward. Yeah, and that sort of makes sense from the perspective of an MMO. More so than something from, like, Diablo. You know, like an ARPG. But it does make, as, like, a more solo player, makes getting those, or, like, enjoying a lot of the content a bit harder. Especially with their stance on private servers. But it is what it is. Alright, I'm heading out for the night. And then Mirage jump back in the conversation. What did he say? It's just people bitch about the power of rune words in D2. All item types have a place. And you are critical that the devs didn't help the issue by adding 1 million helm rune words when helms were the only real efficient rune word slot. Get lucky and boot purple drops from a random ass enemy. Set for life. We haven't played, we do have that, what you call it, the Tauren warrior in Classic that I haven't played in forever. I forget what quests, like where exactly I left off in terms of like the quest progression and everything that I was doing with her. Maybe we start a new one, especially since I don't have any VODs of it saved anywhere anymore. So maybe we just start a new one. But like she was level 30 or something. I forget. But right, I'm at it off for real this time. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Appreciate y'all being here. If I get some time to try and troubleshoot my camera, I will. I feel weird not having something on the screen for y'all to look at and kind of like get an idea of like what I'm doing. If I'm eating, if my mic is muted. Right, I shall catch y'all tomorrow again. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate the support. Until next time. Take care, everybody.
Not enough mana.
Not enough mana.